Okay, the fly I'm going to tie for you today is the Claret Hopper. Quite a popular fly for browns and rainbows. Just flattening the barb of the hook down. Mounting this short shank grub hook in the vise. I'm using black tying thread. And I like to just secure it to the eye of the hook, tie over itself. This is just to avoid an unnecessary amount of waste. It might seem amazingly mean, but when you've done 100 or 2 flies, you end up with another half dozen plus that you can tie with the same spool of thread. So probably a little bit of the Yorkshireman in me has made that happen. Now then, for the legs, I'm using pre-knotted pheasant tail. I'm going to snatch off a few fibres. You work out how far you want the legs to extend beyond the hook and then tie it over towards the eye. The reason I'm doing it this way is so they can't easily fall out or be pulled out by any trout, because they're secured the whole length of the body. Now, for a rib, I'm using Vivas Pearl, medium size. It's one of these iridescent sort of plastic yarns that give, used reasonably sparingly, gives quite a nice buggy look. Now I'm back towards the eye of the hook because I like to go over my dubbing with thread again for extra security of the fly. I'm dubbing this with seal's fur, which is, quite honestly, it's a bit of a nightmare to dub at times. It seems to want to go anywhere but on the thread. But if you keep rattling away at it, it'll get there. One bit of advice is don't try and put too much on at once. That actually works completely against you. Now tie that back down towards the eye. There we are. Now the thread can go back over the dubbing, and that's already made the fly several times more durable than not bothering with it. The whole point to seal's fur is the stuff looks quite amazing when it's wet. So I'm going round the bend of the hook a few times with this ribbing to form like a little tag. Now I'm spiralling up to the eye to give the buggy insect look. I'll do 3 turns to secure it. If some of it is a little bit too wild and woolly, just give it a bit of a clip with your scissors. Now then, these legs, roughly split them and tie some on each side. You don't have to be particularly pedantic about this. I mean, the fish isn't going to swim from one side of the fly to the other and check how many turns or how many legs you've got before it takes genetic hackle, fair bit of pressure on it. 3 or 4 turns is enough. Three or 4 turns to secure. Cut off a half hitch. I like to half hitch before using my whipping tool. It keeps the tension on the thread and saves things working back loose. 3 or 4 turns, and that's it. And then my wife was criticising these videos I just started to do because she says I don't show anybody varnishing the fly. So here goes. This, by the way, is just a wing quill from a woodcock. All the feathery material stripped back off it, and it gives a lovely taper to apply varnish. So you can put a micro bead of varnish on the eye of the hook. I find this much more pleasant to handle than the usual dubbing needles or nails or pins or whatever people use. And the wax I've been using for these flies is this stuff. It's really good. It's Loom's wax. I bought the full container of this in Austria in 2008. So, and it's done thousands of flies. So if that chap's waiting for me buying another one, he's got quite a few years left. I'll probably be long dead before I need another one. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Thank you.